Galloway's Tech Talk at 3, a demonstration of the WeWALK app.
So welcome everybody. I'm Andrew from Galloway's. We've also got with us Jenny from Galloway's as well. You all right there, Jenny?
Hi guys. Yes, thanks.
You feeling motivated today to do some to do some app training?
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing how it compares to Soundscape, having used that after our session last week.
Yep, cool. Okay, well, cool. Yeah, that's great. I think navigation, Jenny, is a really important thing at the moment for people. People are starting to think about getting back out again, traveling, going from A to B, or maybe doing a bit of exploring. I don't know, or whatever floats your boat. But technology is certainly making that easier for blind and partially sighted people, using your smartphone, using mainstream technology as well as kind of bespoke technology as well. Last week we took a look at the Microsoft app called Soundscape, which basically tells you what's around you as you walk around different environments. And we also had a look at their virtual street experience as well, which you could use in your living room. You could travel anywhere you wanted to just by turning around in your living room. It does look a bit silly. I think it did look a bit silly last week doing that. Anyway, doesn't matter. It was all for a good purpose. And this week we're going to be having a little look at an app called WeWALK. Now this is an organisation in the States, and they're going to be joining us in a couple of weeks' time as well on Tech Talk at 3. They're going to be coming to talk to us about their smart cane, which actually connects to the WeWALK app. Okay, so there are two parts to this really with WeWALK. There is a free app, so you can use the WeWALK navigation app absolutely free of charge on your Android or your iOS device, your Apple device. It's completely free to use, but you can enhance that experience by purchasing the WeWALK Smart Cane. We're not going to be covering the WeWALK Smart Cane today. We'll be covering that in a couple of weeks' time when we're joined by WeWALK, which I'm really, really looking forward to. That should be a good session as well. But today we're going to give you a bit of a taster and show you the WeWALK app, and I'm going to show you how it works. Okay. So let me. WeWALK is asking me, do I still want to share my location? Yes, I do. Okay. Change to always allow. Okay. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm just going to put my voiceover on so that we can use voiceover, so that everybody can hear this.
Voiceover on.
Okay, can you hear that, Jenny? Can you hear voiceover?
Yep.
Settings.
Is that quite clear?
New items.
Yeah, okay.
Double tap to open.
Excellent, I'm glad that's really clear. Okay, so just to start with, just really, really basic, you want to find the WeWALK app. You just need to go onto your Play Store if you're an Android, or if you're an iOS, just go to the app. Just go to the App Store. So that's what I'm going to do.
Wallet, home, health, TV, pod, App Store.
Let's double tap on the App Store there.
App Store, games.
And
games.
I'm just going to go.
Stories and more.
I'm just going to go to the search bar at the top.
Search field is editing games.
And I'm going to type in WeWALK.
WWEE space EWWAAKLLKK. Search.
We'll do a search for that.
Artwork, image.
Okay, and we'll have to swipe a little bit to find the right app.
Artwork. We open button. WeWALK. Accessible navigation. Accessible GPS for blind. 5 stars.
And that's the app.
Ratings, button,
so that's the app that we are looking for. It's the WeWALK Accessible. I'll just tap that again.
WeWALK. Accessible navigation.
WeWALK Accessible Navigation. So that's the app that you want to download, okay, from your Android or your Apple App Store. Once you get the app, I'm just going to open it up.
Open. WeWALK.
So the icon for that, guys, is a white background with a dark letter W on it.
Oh, thanks, Jenny. Glad I've got you here to do the visual descriptions. Excellent. What's my WeWALK app doing at the moment? Let me just
App Suite WeWALK. Close.
Let me close it and open it again.
App Store. Current action. Current action.
Let me just get that app up again. I've
Page
now
2
got
of
it on
3.
my home
Page
screen
3. WeWALK.
again. So I'll open
Double
it there.
tap.
There we go.
WeWALK. Home. Heading.
Okay, I've got it on. So I've got the WeWALK app on. Now, for those of you that use low vision, if you've got some vision, you might notice at the moment I've got this, the text size is quite small, okay? But we can actually change the text size. So that's what I'm going to do to start with, because the great thing about this app is it's got really big text sizes and different colorations that we can use to make the app more visible. So at the bottom of the screen, we've got a tab area, which I'll read the tab area out for everybody.
Tab bar. Selected. Home. Tab. Preferences. Tab. Assistant. Tab. Academy. Tab. Profile. Tab.
Okay, so they're all the different tabs that we've got. I'm going to go to preferences.
Preferences.
And in preferences,
Navigation preferences.
we've got navigation
Exploration mode. Other preferences.
and we've got
Button.
other preferences. And I'm going to go into other preferences
Visual preferences. Button.
and I'm going to go to visual preferences.
Visual preferences. Heading.
And in here, what we can do is we can change the color to the color. So we can have black on white, white on black, or yellow on black. At the moment, I've got this white on black. So what I'm going to do, I can
Default theme.
change
White
those.
default theme.
We can go to
Default
white.
theme. Black white theme.
We can go to
Button.
black white.
Black yellow theme. Button.
Or we can go to the black yellow theme.
Black yellow theme.
I normally say yellow on black though, so I don't know what people prefer to say, but that's what I say.
Black white theme.
But I like
Black,
white on
theme.
black, so I'm going to stick to that. And then we can also
2.0x 0.
do the magnification. We can make that nice and big.
1.7 2.0x 2.0.
Might as well take it all the way there. So it's the biggest that we can go. And now we've got the text quite big in the settings. So I'm just going to hit I'm going to go to apply that.
This is apply button. Apply. Alert. You have OK button.
Okay. So I've just made those adaptions in the app. So now what that's going to do is going to make everything in the app much bigger if you're a low vision user. Okay. And I think if I might remember rightly, so I'm going to close the app down.
WeWALK. Close WeWALK.
Close it down.
Zoom.
And then I'm going to open the app up again. So bear with me. Let's open the app up again. And now we've got it much bigger on the screen. Can't really get it much bigger than that. Okay. So we've now got that on. So that's great. Now, the great thing about this is it's basically, if you've used Google Maps or you've used Lazarillo or you've used any type of navigation app, then you'll probably be most likely used to using an app like this. But what I really like about this app is it's very compact and it's very easy to use. So things are much easier to find. They're split up into lots of small chunks, and it's just nice. It's a breeze to use, to be honest. So on the home screen at the top of the screen, it's actually telling me where I am. Okay, it's got my address there. Okay. So anybody wants to come round for a cuppa, there you go. My address is at the top. Let me just wake it up. And then underneath that, we've got something called exploration.
Exploration mode.
And exploration mode, if we were to switch that on, as we walk around with WeWALK, it will use the smart cane, but it will also use the GPS and your smartphone to tell you what's around you in your environment. Okay. And you can customize those settings. So it's a little bit like what Soundscape does, the exploration mode. It kind of intervenes while, if you're navigating to a particular point, or if you're just walking around and you want feedback of where you are, that's how that works. The next button there is we've got the Connect WeWALK button. Now that's if you've got the smart cane. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have a smart cane at the moment, but we'll get a demo of that in a couple of weeks. The next button,
Explore button.
We've got an Explore button, okay? And the Explore button will let us look for points of interest based on our current location, okay? And that's really cool if you want to find a restaurant or a cafe, if you want to find a transport link. There's lots of different things you can use the Explore for.
Transport button.
We've got transport, self-explanatory. That will help you find what transport links are around you, such as different bus stops, train stations, things like that. And it will give you all the different numbers of buses or transport links that you'd like to find. And that's what that button is for.
Navigate button.
We've got navigate, which we can use to actually navigate from one place to another. And that will actually give us a search bar. We can type in, for example, we want to go to McDonald's on Liverpool Road in Huyton, which is where I live. And we can type that in and it will find those search results for us. Okay.
My places button.
And we've got my places, quite like this. You can save your favorite places in the My Places area in the app. And that's nice and easy to use. That will give you the opportunity to just save all your favorite hotspots. If you know where you're going and you want to save them in time, in advance, then you've got that option there as well. Okay. So we've got that area as well. So I'm going to start off with the explore area. I'm going to go to explore.
Navigate button. Transport explore button.
So if we go to explore, I'm going to double tap on there.
All button.
And at the moment we get different options. So I'll go through these with voiceover. So we've got all.
Arts and entertainment button. Food and cafes button. Professional and others button. Shops and services button. Colleges and universities button. Fitness and wellness button. Pubs and clubs button. Pubs and clubs.
Okay,
button.
we got pubs and clubs. Okay, so it'd be nice, maybe, hopefully they add more categories in the future, but they're the categories that we've got at the moment. So I'm going to go to the obvious one.
Fitness and wellness, but colleges and universities, but shops and services button.
I'm going to go to shops and services. Let's go into there.
Shops. Astor. 1.70 kilometers.
And that will then bring up, it will bring up a list of different shops and services that are close by within a certain radius. Again, you can customize these features as well, but these will tell you how far away they are, and they will also tell you whether they're at the moment. This is set to what direction they're in. So that at the moment, for example, Asda. I'll tap that.
Astor. 1.70 kilometers. 9 o'clock.
Is at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock actually, on a clock face. You can change that to left or right as well, or you can change it to north, east, south, west. You can customize these settings as well. I quite like the time one. I don't know about you, Jenny, but you know, I think we all know a clock face, so it gives you a bit of an idea of what direction that is in. And if I move my phone ever so slightly, the clock face actually changes on each particular search result there. So I've got Asda.
Superdrug.
I've got
76 kilometers.
Superdrug.
9 o'clock. Tesco Extra. Home Bargains. Next. 2.77 kilometers. 12 o'clock.
Well, that's new to me. I didn't know there was a next nearby.
McCall's. 2.91 kilometers. TK Maxx. 2. Tesco Express. WH Smith. Sainsbury's. Co-op Food. Aldi. Tesco. Astor. Home Bargains. B&M
There you go.
Store. Co-op Food. Liverpool Shopping Park. Iceland. 5.81 kilometers.
There we go.
Look.
Iceland. Yeah, that's the place to go. So if we want to go to Iceland, I know that it's 5.8 kilometers away, and it's telling me that it's at 7 o'clock. Well, I mean, the clock face at the moment, that's a bit useless to me because we're 5.81 kilometers away from it. So if I double tap on that.
6 o'clock. Iceland. Alert. Services unable to process the okay
Oh,
button.
ignore that one. Right, so I've selected on Iceland, and again, it's telling me
5.81 kilometers.
it's 5.81 kilometers, and that it's at 1 o'clock,
Stonebridge.
and it's in Stonebridge. Okay,
Go there button.
we can go there. Okay, there's a go there button, and that's where we're going to go in a minute.
Go with Uber button.
If you're an Uber user like me, and you get lots of taxis, you can take this search result directly into your Uber app, which I think is really cool. If you're not a big fan of the Uber app, and you don't really like the search and how you find places, this will just transfer it in there for you. So that's a really cool one.
Save location.
And we've got save location as well. So I'm going to do save location,
Save location.
Location saved.
and it will say,
Location.
there you go, location saved. And what I'm going to do, just for the purpose of the demonstration, I'm going to go back to the main menu.
Back button. Back button. Explore. Back button. Explore.
Okay, let's
Back
go all the way back.
Home. Heading.
And now I'm going to go to my places
My current
in the main
location.
menu.
Save. Explore. Connect. WeWALK. Explore. Transport. Navigate. My places.
There we
button.
go.
My place. Iceland.
And now we've
1
saved,
kilometers.
we've saved that particular search result now in my places. So I'm going to double tap on it.
Iceland.
And again, we get the same menu again that we just had before. So it just brings you back to the same point instead of you having to find it all over again. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go there, because that's essentially what we want to do.
5.8 Stonebridge. Go there. Button.
And we're going to go there.
From
And it will tell me, it'll say from
your current location.
your current location. So obviously when you set the app up, you do have to agree to allow the app to see your location, allow the app to use your location when you're using the app, things like that. So once that's all set up, this will know your location. So it's going to go from my current location to
Swap. But to Iceland. Button.
Iceland. Not actually Iceland, you know, Iceland and Liverpool, not Iceland the country. That would be a complicated journey.
Go there.
And then we're going to go there.
From your current location.
And it doesn't take too long for it all to pop up, all the information that you need. But this is the bit of the app that I really like, because if you've used Google before, if you've used Google Maps or in the Google search engine and you've looked at different journeys, sometimes how it's displayed can be quite overwhelming, quite complicated. There's lots of information in there you don't really need. What I like about this app is it gives you it really in a simple format, and it's a nice visual format as well. So as we go down the screen, we're going to have bus times, possibly some train times, and we'll have a walking distance as well.
To Iceland.
So here we go.
Transport. 45 minutes. Walking. Then bus 297. Or bus 227. Then walking. Then bus 19. Or bus X3. Then walking.
So we know that journey there. We've got 2 buses to catch, of which there's 2 different choices. And there's 3 bits of walking that we've got to do as well to make that journey.
Transport. 48 minutes. Walking. Then bus 227. Then walking. Then bus
That's
19.
another one.
Then walking.
And then there is a train one, I think.
Transport. 1 hour 4 minutes.
Oof.
Walking. Then bus
Oh, no, it's a bus.
297. Or bus 217. Or
So there's lots of results here in different ways you can get there. Obviously, you're going to pick the shortest route.
Transport. 1 hour.
I'll keep going through.
1 hour 28
And
minutes.
walking, it's going to take you 1 hour 28 minutes. Okay, so we've got that. I'm just going to go to the very first one because that's the least time it's going to take. I think it was 45 minutes. So I'll flick to the left.
Transport.
And this is the other thing about this app as well, guys. It works really well with your screen reader. It's so nice. I know sometimes we use apps and they can be a bit fiddly, and when you flick left and right, it doesn't always go to the right place. This app is designed for voiceover and talkback if you use Android as well. So it's super easy to use. So just a left and right flick will get you through the app, no problem.
Transport.
Keep going up.
To
There we go.
transport. 45 minutes.
That's the one I want.
Walking. Then bus 297.
So if you want that journey, you can actually, this will give you step-by-step instructions as you're making that journey. But we can preview the journey before we go by left and right flicking through the instructions. Obviously, it's not going to give us information about where we are because we're not actually traveling anywhere. I think I'd be mad doing that, trying to do a Zoom and trying to travel at the same time. Not to say I won't try it at some point. What do you reckon, Jenny? You could film me doing it. We could do that, couldn't we? We could do it. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to flick through this so you can hear some of the instructions.
1. Walk to Primrose Drive. 2. Wait for bus 297 or bus 227. 3. Ride to Kirby bus station stand 1. 4. Walk to Kirby bus station stand 3. 5. Wait for bus 19 or bus X3. 6. Ride to Showcase Cinema. 7. Walk to A580, Liverpool. 7.
There you go.
Walk to
So
85.
they're just basic instructions that it gives you before you go, so you know you've got a bit of an idea. But as you make that journey, this will tell you where you are, what street you're on. It will give you the instructions to turn left, turn right, and it will tell you, it will tell you things about crossings. It will give you the information that you need. This is just a preview before you go to give you an idea. But as soon as you start making that journey, this app is going to start giving you those walking instructions. And you can use this app on its own. You can use the exploration mode to give you extra information as you're making your journey. Or like me, if you're a fan of Soundscape, maybe you're going to use Soundscape at the same time and maybe put an audio beacon on the location that you go into. So again, that's using two apps at the same time. It's probably a little bit more complicated, but that's something that I did. I did it on Saturday night. We went to a nice restaurant called Wagamama, which I can recommend to anyone.
It's lovely.
Or Japanese food. It's really good. And we didn't know where it was. Louise didn't even know where it was. She can see. She's got full sight. So we relied on using the app, but I really enjoyed having the Soundscape working at the same time. Just giving me that constant ringing noise as to where the location was. And what I liked about this app and Soundscape at the same time was it didn't take us the shortest route, but it took us the safest route. So it didn't, Louise said to me, oh, we could have walked over them crossings over there, but actually, guess what? There was no lights there. So the great thing is it wasn't miles out the way. It was a couple of minutes longer, but it took us the safest route. And that's what I think is really important about these apps as well, Jenny, is that they tend to take you the safest route that you should go, which I think is important as well.
Most definitely.
So you've
I
got
noticed
that.
something on the previous page. So when you finish this bit, I want to know if I'm right in my guess.
Okay, let's go back.
Bit 1. Navigate. Heading.
Okay, let's go back.
Back button.
Oh, I forgot to say there's a start button as well. Hang on. So we go to
Navigate.
start.
Heading. Start button.
So if I double tap on start, that'll start the journey.
Target is 160 meters away at 6 o'clock.
Button.
Head your 1 o'clock.
So that's a little bit of the an idea, if you like, about how you get the information is delivered to you.
Navigate 1/7. Heading.
Okay.
Approximately 65 meters. But
So
switch to map
we're
view.
65 meters from our first point, which is the bus stop on Knowsley Lane in Knowsley, and it's telling us that, you see. So that's quite useful information. At the bottom of the screen, let me just get there.
Save location. Button.
We can save that current location that's on the screen, which is quite cool. Save that bus stop, which I quite like.
Restart navigation. Button.
Restart navigation
End navigation.
or end
Button.
the navigation. So what I'm going to do, I'll end the navigation in a minute. But as well,
Warning.
if you're
location accuracy.
if you're a visual user, and thanks for telling me, it's probably because I'm indoors, guys, that GPS isn't as accurate when you're indoors. You've also got at the top right hand corner of the screen,
Switch to map view.
you've got a map view as well. So if you've got low vision and you like to look at a map sometimes, you can go
Switch to map view.
to your
Switch
map
to
view as well.
Button.
And that's quite useful. And that gives you a map view as you're making your journey. But you can easily toggle it
Switch to
on
text
and
view.
off,
Switch
and
to text view.
just go to the text view. I think I prefer the text view, to be honest with you. The last thing I want to be doing when I'm traveling around is have me face in my mobile phone. Yeah, it's not the best thing to be doing, is it, Jenny?
So the map has got a little folded map image on the
Switch
top
to
right
map
hand
view.
corner, and your
Switch to
text
text
view
Button.
has got 2 capital T's, one bigger than the other.
Thanks, Jenny. I couldn't see that, Jenny, so I'm glad I've got you here to tell me those things.
Switch
It's
to
only because
text.
my face is stuck in the monitor.
Right. Okay. Right. I'm gonna go to the preview screen. And what were you looking for in here, Jenny?
Go to the previous screen again,
Mm-hmm.
one before this one.
Yeah.
Selected. Trans.
Go up.
54.
Yeah.
From navigate. Back button. Back button.
Let me go all the way up. Okay.
Selected.
Go back again.
Refresh rows 1 to 2 of 6. Loading. Back button.
Okay.
Back button.
This page. So come
Okay.
down.
Yeah.
This is your location. Yeah,
Your current location. Button.
Yeah. Okay.
Swap button.
that one.
Oh, that one.
That is going to tell me my route home, I guess.
Yeah. You're
I like
actually
that.
really right there. Yeah. You can swap it.
Swap.
There you go. You can swap it. Yeah. So then when you go to the journey, go there.
From Iceland.
There you go. It's telling you what the journey is going to be like on the way back and what. Yeah, it's good, that, isn't it?
Quicker,
Yeah,
quicker times, different bus numbers. That's really important.
yeah. It's quite good, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got to say, this is accurate to the. This is taking the current local information right now. So these are the buses that you can get right now. So bear in mind that it might not be that case when you get there and you come back. Some of those buses might not be running. So that's the one thing I haven't worked out in this app, is like how you look at, well, what will the journey be like at 5 o'clock and things like that. Sometimes you've got to do that in a different app, maybe use Google Maps or something like that. But this is most useful for you're going like right now. These are the times. Do you know what I mean?
Edit back button.
Okay.
Back
I'll
button.
go back a step.
Iceland. Back button.
Go back again.
Iceland. Back button.
And I'm just going to go back again. And again, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go back one more time.
Back button.
Let's get back to the main page.
Iceland.
I'm back in circles here.
Back button.
Here we go.
Back button. Back button.
Here we go. Right.
Home. Edit.
So we've done explore. We've had a little look at that. We've got transport. And if you go into transport,
Button. Transport. Primrose Drive.
that will show you local transport spots that are obviously like quite local to you, that are quite near you right now. So you can say, for example, if your bus stop is
Newark. Astley Road.
Astley Road,
260 meters. 6 o'clock.
you double tap on that,
Astley Road. Longview.
and then that will give you it will give you the area, how far away you are from that location, and it will give you transport lines, or you can go there. So you can go there button again, guys, is how you go to that location with what we've just looked at before. So that go there button will take you there.
208 transport lines.
You've got transport lines,
Go there, but go with Uber.
or
Button.
go with Uber. I don't know why you'd go to the bus stop in an Uber. It's kind of, what's the point?
Save
Well, you might do.
location.
You
Button.
might do. Depends how far it is, isn't it? But if I go to transport lines,
But transport.
you can then see, okay, on transport lines, you can then see all the different buses that go from that point.
297. St. Helens. 16. 22. 297. Prescott.
And then you can select one of those,
1.
and then you can see all the following stops that come along the way as well, from that bus as it travels. Not really use this that much, but if I select a destination,
Radway Road. 4.
Let's
5,
go to-
6. Mitchell Road. 7. Knowsley Park Lane.
we'll go to Knowsley Park Lane in Prescott. We'll do that.
You noticed he wasn't going to Manchester Road.
7. Knowsley Park Lane. Prescott. Selected. 2.16 kilometers.
And that just tells us,
Now, Astley Road, Longview.
okay, and that starts giving us some instructions then for that particular bus journey. I've not used that yet, so if anyone else has used that particular feature with the transport lines, let us know when we unmute you. Let's see if anybody's used that. Be interesting to find out. But I'm going to go back. Okay, I'm going to back again,
Astley Road. Long.
and back again. Okay,
Astley
and
Road.
back again
Button.
to the main screen.
Home. Heading.
And then we've got navigate. Remember I was saying before, if you know the place that you want to go to, sometimes, so for example, when I was in Watford on Saturday, I wanted to go to Starbucks. Okay. And when I went to the explore menu and looked at cafes and restaurants and places, Starbucks wasn't coming up. I don't know why. So if it's something that you're particularly looking for, I always think it's easy to just, you can search for it as well. And then I did find what I wanted. I don't know why it wasn't there. Not sure, but I could use the navigate option,
Text field is edited.
and you can basically type in
The road to access misspelled
here.
words. Text
Now
field.
I know there's no Starbucks in my local area, so I'm going to put in
Cap C. O-O-D-S-S-T-T-A-A.
going to put in Costa Coffee. So then I've got Costa Coffee, and it tends to bring up lots of results. But if you know where you want, I'm just going to put Costa,
Space.
and I'll put H-U-Y-T-O-N.
H-U-Y-T-I-O-O-N-N.
Okay.
Costa Coffee, 1.70 km. Cavendish Walk, Highton, Liverpool, UK.
And that's the one. That's the one I want. So what I can do, I can either open it
Hutton.
or I can save it as a favorite
Save location.
straight away without opening it if I wanted to. But I'm going to open it.
1.70 Costa Coffee, 1.70 km.
And again,
Walk, Highton, Liverpool.
we get where you're going from this current location. We're going to Costa Coffee.
Go there.
We'll go there. And again, that gives you all that same information again, and the different bus routes, how long it's going to take you to get there.
Transport.
And it tells you that, well, it tells me that I'm going to, it's a 16 minutes, a walk, and then I either get the 7 or the 10B, and then it's another walk again. And it's going to take me 16 minutes to do that journey, which is all right, isn't it? For a Costa Coffee. If you haven't got a coffee machine at home, then there you go. So that's the navigate one. So you can just, you're looking for Starbucks in your local area, you know where you are. I knew I was in Watford. I typed in Starbucks Watford and it brought me up a couple of Starbucks in Watford, even though I didn't find it in the explore screen. So it's just about being a bit savvy with it as well, if you don't get what you want. Okay. And then the other area that I want to touch on is how you can actually customize the app before you go out and use it. It's quite important that before you go out and use this app, you want to customize it so it speaks to you in your language, so that you understand the directions. You may want left and right directions. You may want north, south, east, west. It depends what you want. So I'm going to go to preferences in the app, which is at the bottom of the screen. And I'm going to go.
Of a cog.
Is it? Oh, thank you, Jenny. Thank you. And then we've got a navigation preferences at the top of the screen. So I'm going to go there.
Navigation preferences button.
You can left and right flick as well if you want to.
Direction repeat preference button.
Okay. And the first bit we've got is direction repeat preference. And if I open that, we can select that for different options. So if I go up and down, select up and down to select these, we've got
every 20 meters, every 40 meters, every 60 meters, every 40 meters, every 20 meters, every minute.
So you can have instructions repeated to you every 20 meters that you walk, or every minute up to 60 meters. So I tend to have it on I like a lot of information as I'm walking, so I tend to have it on every 20 meters, because I think once a minute is not enough for me. It depends where you are. You might want to change it depending on where you are, but that's what I would have. Okay, so that's the one that I would have on there. Double tap there.
Navigation direction selected. This option allows you to select how often a navigation step is repeated as you walk.
Okay, we know that. Navigation direction, if we go in there,
clock directions X.
We can have clock directions.
Adjustable.
We can have
left right directions X.
Left right directions. Okay, that's simple enough for me. I can't be doing with north, south, east, west.
Clock directions X.
We got clock directions. I think we just had that again.
Cardinal directions X.
We got cardinal directions, which is what I was just talking about before. Can't be doing with that. So for me,
left right directions.
I'm a left righty person, so I'm going to do that one. And we'll select that. And once you do that, it kind of refreshes the app, so you have to go back into the settings again. So I'll go back to the settings again.
Exploration mode preferences.
Go back to navigation preferences.
This option allows navigation.
Just come down the screen.
Announce street names during navigation. Switch on.
And you've got announced street names during navigation. Now you can turn that off, or you can keep it on. I would recommend keeping it on. Just gives you a better idea of where you are. And also you might want to choose your distance unit. And again, this is on centimeters, meters, and kilometers.
Inch, feet, miles.
Or inch, feet, miles. I like inch, feet, miles. I'm not into kilometers, so I'm going to stick it on that. And once we've done that, we've got to go back into the settings again. I think it's just because it resets everything in the app. That's it in the navigation preferences. That's all you get. You've then got your exploration preferences, and you can set the radius. So it says
Exploration mode tells you about nearby places as you walk outdoors. Here, you can set how often you would like to be notified about a nearby place.
So you can set the radius. So at the moment,
640 feet, adjustable.
we've got a 640 feet radius, which is, it's quite large. So you could take that down a bit, or you could up it. It depends on how much information you want to receive as you're walking around with the app. Okay. And that's the only option in that menu. And then the last menu in the other preferences is, if we go in there again, we've got visual preferences, which we've done. We've kind of looked at those. We've got select your language.
Change time format.
And we've also got change time format, which I think is quite an important one. Not everybody likes a 24-hour clock.
24-hour clock.
So you can have a 12-hour clock.
Adjustable 12-hour clock.
I'll go for a 12-hour clock.
Loading.
And then the app resets itself again. A few little other things you can have a little play around with in the app. At the bottom of the app, there is, in the tab area, we've got home, we've got preferences. We've also got
tab bar, assistant, tab.
We've got assistant. Now, I can't demonstrate that whilst I'm on Zoom, but there is an assistant there. And it will ask you to allow the microphone, but I'm not going to be able to use it. Okay. And you can say things to the voice assistant. It's a button on the screen
Activate assistant
at the top, and it says, "Yeah, thanks, Jenny." It's like a little small microphone, isn't it? It's quite small though, isn't it, Jenny? The icon
just looks like a bit of a blob.
Yeah. So you can actually double tap that if you're a voiceover or talkback user, or you just tap it once if you're not using a screen reader, and you can actually say things to it like take me to Starbucks. Isn't that funny? Take me to Starbucks. Save current location. So if you're in a current location and you're standing somewhere, you can use a voice assistant and say, save this location for me. Well, I think that's pretty cool. You can do that without having to do anything else. You can search for nearby bus stops, or tell me nearby stops. So there's a whole host of commands with the WeWALK voice assistant that's built into the app that you can use whilst you're on the go. I think that's quite cool. I've not really played with that much yet, but I will be doing. And then the next tab along, we've got, it's called Academy. And in here, we've got W News, which is, you can find out more information about WeWALK. There's gesture training, WeWALK 101, and device sounds. So a lot of information in here will relate to the smart cane, which is the hardware that you can connect to the app, if that's what you're going to do. And then the very, very last option in the tab area at the bottom is
tab bar, profile.
Profile. Okay. And in here, it gives you information about who you are, what your profile is, your email address.
Selected.
You can navigate through that. You can update your profile if you need to, if there's other information you need to put in there. And that's basically it, really. Oh, and contact us.
Log out.
And log out. Why would you want to log out? You don't want to log out.
Privacy policy button.
You've got a privacy policy.
Terms of service.
And you've got the terms of service if you want to read those as well.
Tab bar, home, tab.
And then we're back on to the tab bar at the bottom of the screen. So there you go, guys. That's the WeWALK app. Again, what I would say is use this on a familiar journey. If you've never used an app like this before, if you've never used a navigation app, obviously you've got to have a device that's able to access the internet and also GPS. So a smartphone or a tablet which is data enabled with a SIM card in it would also work as well. Obviously, most of us are going to use a smartphone when we're out and about, so it's going to be the smartphone you use. But choose a familiar journey. Maybe go with a friend or a family member. Pick somewhere that you've been a lot before, and then you can kind of understand then on how accurate the GPS is, how close it gets you to that location. Because whilst you've got all this technology, you've got soundscape, you've got GPS, it never, as you guys know, it never gets you right to the front door. It gets you within a couple of feet or a couple of meters, or even sometimes further away than that. It depends on how good the GPS information is and what your reception's like with your phone as well. But we're better with it than without it. But the thing is to practice using it a couple of times on a regular journey before you really do put it to the test when you find yourself in an area where you've never been before, and you're going to rely on this app to help you out. But I really like it. I think it's really simple to use. It's not overwhelming. It's quite slick, and it's really compact for people with low vision as well. Works really well with voiceover as well. If you're a left and right flicker with voiceover or talkback, or even if you just navigate the screen by touch, it's super easy to use. You don't get lost in it like you can do in some apps where voiceover does work or talkback does work, but it doesn't flow. This app really flows with the screen reader as well. So that's what I really like about it. And that's the WeWALK app. And as I said, later on this month, a couple of weeks' time, we're going to be joined by WeWALK themselves, and they're going to be coming and talking to us about the smart cane, which connects with the app. So there you go. That's WeWALK. What do you think, Jenny?
Also, absolutely amazing. There's also on your front screen there an ability to share your app. It came up with like it's got two lines and then a dot on the top.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and so that the share symbol, and it allowed you. I had a quick look before, and I could share it with other people to say, "This is what I'm using."
that's
So
cool,
sometimes
isn't
you're
it?
trying to talk to someone, and you're trying to say, "Oh, I have this app, and I don't know what it's called, but I've heard of it." But if you've already got it, and you think, oh, "I'll share that. I'll share this app with Andrew." Brilliant. I can click on that. It will send him all the information for that.